Hello, bounty hunters, and welcome back to another episode and playthrough of the solo RPG Notorious. On today's episode, we're going to try and quickly create ourselves a new Nomad and find a target and maybe head out onto the adventure. Try and, shrink down the game a little bit. Having experienced the game with Orin'Dusk from last time, we're going to try out a new bounty hunter. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Nomad and see who we get. And as before, we have 5 additional Nomads. Let's see what we get. If we get the Engineer, we're going to skip that one and pick something different. The Wraith, another custom type that I have created here. So let's go ahead and see what the Wraith has to offer us. For the Wraith, we have the origins here of your ethereal presence and elusive nature hide a mastery of stealth and subterfuge. Success often lies in infiltrating enemy territory undetected, striking from the shadows, and disappearing without a trace. So let us go ahead and see about our origin and how we created this Wraith Nomad, or how we came to be. Raised in a secretive underground society, where you were trained as an elite operative with unmatched stealth and infiltration skills. Very interesting. Now, let's go ahead and copy that and move that over. Now for our scar. A mysterious tattoo on your forearm infused with ancient magic and granting you enhanced agility and reflexes. Along with that, our loadout comes with the following. For our ranged weapon, we have a silenced sniper rifle with 3 stars, or 4 stars on an ambush or from hidden locations. We'll probably have to switch that to maybe the first round of combat, so let's switch that up instead. And then for our melee, we have a Shadow Blade, plus 2 stars, or plus 3 stars in darkness or dim light. Again, we'll say on the first round of combat because there is no darkness or dim light for this game. So we get the jump on people being a Wraith on the first round of combat, which is pretty handy. And then lastly, we have our outfit of a cloaking device, lightweight armor, night vision goggles, which gives us plus 2 hearts and plus 3 hearts at night or in dark environments. So probably we'll say once again on the first round of combat we get plus 3 hearts if we happen to fail that first attack. And then we have the mysterious tattoo to add to our scar. And then lastly, the trigger for those items of how we became a Nomad. Betrayed by a trusted mentor who turned against you as you seek to dismantle their criminal empire and reclaim your honor. Fascinating. Alright, now let us get our species and name, as well as the profile for being a Wraith. Here's our personalities. Our personality is aloof, sarcastic, or rude. Maybe aloof would be more precise here for a Wraith. A very mysterious type of character that just kind of comes in and out. I like the aloof section of that. So we'll go ahead and take that. And then to further see how our aloofness works. What unusual fashion choice or accessory do they constantly incorporate into their outfit to set themselves apart? Maybe it's like a scarf over the mouth so they can't see themselves. I see people talking kind of like Hyper Light Drifter or a few other video games that have like the long flowing cloak that just doesn't, or the long flowing scarf that doesn't really make much sense. I like those ideas here of who this person is. Okay, now to pick our species. Let's see what kind of species we are. We're a Ghol, or a horned species. So this is an interesting one. Let's go ahead and get our name for being a Ghol. And now for our name. Draven Stormstrike. Alright, so Draven it is. He is our Aloof Wraith bounty hunter here, or Nomad. Okay, so our name is Draven Stormstrike. We are a Ghol or horned species of alien. We are the Wraith, and we were raised in a secretive underground society where you were trained as an elite operative with unmatched stealth and infiltration skills. A mysterious tattoo on your forearm infused with ancient magic is granting us the enhanced agility and reflexes to be a Wraith, and we were betrayed by a trusted mentor who turned against us as we sought to dismantle their criminal empire and reclaim our honor. Okay, so yes, along with that, I like the idea of, again, the Hyperlight Drifter section of wearing this just overly long scarf that's wrapped around their face so that you can't really see their mouths moving, so we'll go with that. Okay, now for our target. So let us switch over to that. So for our target, we are going after Electok. Okay, we had Electok before. I think we're going to go... Let's go for something different. Let's try another one more time. Nope. I guess we're going with Electok. Twice in a row, we're doing Electok. Okay. Apparently the Electoks are pretty notorious in this region, or in the game. Just a callback to the game's name here. So who's our second Electok for bounty hunting? Myric's Venomtail. Okay. They are assured, calm, and focused. Or focused. I think this time a focused Electok would be pretty fun. So we'll go with... This time we'll go with focused for Myric's Venomtail, our insectoid Electok. Next, we need to see what planet we're going to, and again, 5 of these are custom built by me. So let's see where we're going. If it's Storix, we're going somewhere different. We were close. We're going to Velos, the technological planet. Velos has futuristic cities, sprawling megacorp complexes, advanced research facilities, and underground tunnels. Interesting place for our Wraith to show up. The competing factions are the Orion Corporation. I had to make a small correction here, as when I was creating these, I had a Orion faction that doesn't exist in this game, so I've swapped it to the Old Empire as the controlling place for Velos, the technological planet. We have the Challenging of the New Uprising and the Minor of the Trade Alliance here. We have to pick who is commissioning this bounty here. So 1 to 2 is the Old Empire, 3 to 4 New Uprising, and 5 to 6 the Trade Alliance. It looks like the minor faction of the Trade Alliance. I realized I had put the factions in the wrong section. I've just moved those down, and now I'm putting in the predominant species of Kimano, Ghol, which is potentially our home planet, and the Anciette, which is also where our last engineer Nomad came from. Now we just need to get our accused crime. Okay, now to get the crime that the Trade Alliance is accusing our target of. The target leaked plans of a blockade to the New Uprising, allowing the ruling monarch to flee. And there we have it. We have our target information. All this stuff will come into later, and we can now get started hunting down Myric's Venomtail. And so our hunt begins. As Draven Stormstrike embarks on his journey from the Nomad headquarters to the planet Velos, the scene unfolds with a sense of anticipation and purpose. The interior of Draven's sleek and nimble spaceship pulses with soft ambient lighting, casting a gentle glow on the advanced control panels that surround him. The low hum of the engine reverberates through the cabin, a steady rhythm that matches the determined beating of Draven's heart. As the spaceship glides through the vast expanses of space, streaks of stars whiz by, creating a mesmerizing cosmic spectacle. Draven's gaze remains fixed on the holographic navigation system, meticulously plotting the course to Velos. The journey takes Draven through asteroid fields, maneuvering skillfully to avoid potential obstacles, a testament to his piloting expertise. He deftly adjusts the ship's thrusters, smoothly transitioning from one trajectory to another, demonstrating the finesse of a seasoned spacefarer. Finally, the planet Velos comes into view, its majestic beauty and swirling clouds captivating Draven's attention. The ship gracefully descends through the atmosphere, the external heat shields glowing softly as they protect the vessel from the intense re-entry forces. As Draven approaches his destination, the surface of Velos reveals a sprawling metropolis, a testament to the advanced technology and prosperous society. His eyes focus on a hidden entrance, a high-tech underground hangar concealed from the prying eyes of advanced sensor systems above. With a steady hand on the controls, Draven expertly guides his spaceship into the underground hangar, smoothly landing on the designated platform. The hangar doors close behind him, sealing off the outside world and cocooning him in the safety and secrecy of this hidden domain. The hum of the spaceship's engines dissipates, replaced by a sense of stillness and anticipation. Draven takes a deep breath, his scarf gently fluttering in the air as he prepares to embark on his mission on the enigmatic planet of Velos. And with that, we begin our first exploration. Okay, after we exit out of the hidden location where we have stashed our ship, we are going to go ahead and explore out to our first area here to see what we encounter. Okay, so obviously our notoriety is not ready yet. We have only 2 motivation and 2 favor at the moment, and our notoriety is 0, so we have to roll on the exploration table once. So we have 6 tables. Let's see which table we are using for that. We're going to table number 4. Okay, and with table number 4 we end up getting... While exploring a barren wasteland, you stumble upon a group of nomadic scavengers. Choose one. Successfully negotiate with the scavengers to gain 1 favor. What rare resources or valuable items do they possess? And why are they willing to trade? Or, engage in a brawl with the scavengers. 1 star, 1 heart, to prove your strength and gain 1 notoriety. What fierce reputation precedes you in this wasteland? I think the best option for our Wraith here, Draven, would be to go ahead and choose option number 1, to negotiate with the scavengers to gain 1 favor. So we need to understand what resources we get and why are they willing to trade. As Draven traverses the desolate wastelands of Velos, he comes across a group of nomadic scavengers, their ragged attire blending with the barren surroundings. Approaching them cautiously, Draven's keen negotiating skills come into play. In their possession, the scavengers possess a vial of shimmering liquid, a rare resource known as lumine essence. This precious substance, extracted from the deep caverns beneath Velos, holds unique properties that emit a soft, ethereal glow. It is sought after by both scholars and technologists for its potential in energy generation and advanced technologies. Curiosity piqued, Draven delves into conversation with the scavengers, unraveling their motivations for being willing to part with their valuable lumine essence. They reveal that their nomadic lifestyle necessitates constant movement, surviving on the fringes of society. The lumine essence, though valuable, possesses challenges for their mobility due to its fragility and the attention it may attract. The scavengers, aware of the potential danger in possessing such a rare resource, recognize the value of trading it for other essential supplies that cater to their survival. They seek provisions and durable equipment, essentials that offer practicality and aid their nomadic lifestyles in the unforgiving wastelands. Draven, drawing on his shrewd negotiation skills, offers a mutually beneficial trade. He presents them with a stockpile of sturdy survival gear, including rations and protective clothing, all of which align with the scavengers' immediate needs. Impressed by Draven's fair and resourceful proposition, the scavengers agree to the trade, their weathered faces showing signs of relief. The vial of lumine essence changes hands, marking a successful exchange that satisfies both parties' objectives. Draven secures a valuable resource, while the scavengers acquire the practical provisions necessary for their survival and mobility. With the transaction complete, Draven bids farewell to the nomadic scavengers, their gratitude evident in their eyes. He continues his exploration of the Velos wastelands, the shimmering lumine essence held tightly, knowing its potential significance in unraveling the secrets and challenges that await him on his quest. Alright, with a successful exploration event, we now have 1 more favor, and we move on to our first destination. Alright, now let's take a look at what destination we come to. You arrive in a small outpost or enclave run by the challenging faction. Choose 1. Search for anyone who might know your target to gain 1 favor. Or 2. Speak with a local who works here, then rest to gain 1 motivation. Let's see here. Definitely like having motivation, so let's go ahead and take the second part of this. So first of all, let's figure out where we ended up. Alright, so first of all, we have a small outpost or enclave by the challenging faction. And the challenging faction is the new uprising. So who is going to be the new uprising for a small outpost or enclave? Out of all these, I think the Zephyr District is going to be the most prominent feature here for this. So we will say that the small outpost or enclave is in the Zephyr District here, run by the new uprising. And how much I like motivation, we're going to go ahead and speak with a local here. So let's pull up the speak with locals thing. And first of all, we need to talk. And because our favor is at 3, we can divide that in half and round up, so that'll give us +2 to our favor checks, and we will go ahead and roll 2d6 here. Now, as a reminder, the left die will be me, the right die will be the local I'm attempting to talk to. We have a 4 and a 2. So it looks like the 2 is for me and the 4 is for the local. Now, unfortunately, because I have +2, this means we have a 4 and 4 each. That means I don't get to speak with a local here at the location I'm at, and will not be able to get any information from them. But then we rest to gain 1 motivation. So we don't get any information here. Sadly, they kind of don't want to bother talking with us because we haven't really made a mark with the people, and we will move on. We are now at 3 of 6 for motivation, and it is time to move on. Draven cautiously approaches a local resident of the Zephyr District, his scarf trailing behind him as a symbol of his enigmatic presence. Seeking information with this new uprising-controlled district, he engages in conversation with one of the inhabitants, hoping to glean some valuable insight. However, the encounter takes an unfortunate turn as the local's demeanor quickly turns dismissive and uncooperative. The resident, warned by the struggles of living in the midst of a rebellion and unrest, seems guarded and disinterested in sharing any information with Draven. Draven's attempts to strike up meaningful conversation are met with curt replies and cold stares. The locals' distrust for outsiders and wariness of the ongoing conflict within the district becomes apparent, making it clear that gaining their trust and cooperation will not be an easy task. Despite Draven's best efforts to establish a connection or convey his intentions, the local remains unresponsive, unwilling to divulge any information. The strained atmosphere hangs heavy, with silence filling the gaps between their brief, unproductive exchanges. Frustration flickers across Draven's face, momentarily revealing his disappointment at the failed attempt to gain insight from this particular resident. Understanding the delicate nature of the situation and the locals' weary disposition, Draven reluctantly accepts the further conversations would be fruitless, at least for now. With a nod of acknowledgement, Draven acknowledges the locals' disinterest and tactfully retreats, respecting their boundaries and the tense environment of the Zephyr District. While disappointed by the lack of information gained, he remains determined, knowing that persistence and patience will be key in navigating the complex dynamics of this rebellious district. With that failed attempt, Draven then leaves the Zephyr District to explore the lands of Velos once more and find himself to another destination. Let's go ahead and pull up our exploration table and see where we are going and what happens. Okay, if your notoriety is 3 or higher, you encounter a lead. Otherwise, roll once on the exploration events table. So, sadly, our notoriety isn't even 1 yet. We haven't really made a notorious name for ourselves yet here, and we roll on the tables. So let's see which table we are rolling on. We are going to table number 3. Alright, let's take a look there and see what is in store for us. You stumble upon an unusual statue that looks like it's been here forever and pick up a broken weapon that's lying nearby. Roll a die. 1 to 3, it remains, well, let's see here. Let's roll the die and then we will jump to either 1 to 3 or 4 through 6. Alright, so we get number 2 here. It reminds you of your trigger and you lose 1 motivation. Where have you seen a weapon like this before and what does the statue depict? Great. We had 3 motivation, and now we've lost 1, and we're down to 2. So let's see what this weapon reminds us of. As Draven ventures through the untamed wilderness of Velos, his eyes catch a sight of an enigmatic statue amidst the rugged landscape. The weathered stone structure stands tall, its presence evoking a sense of timelessness and mystery. Intrigued, Draven approaches the statue to examine it more closely. The statue depicts a figure in a regal pose, their features chiseled with precision and a solemn expression adorning their face. Adorned in ancient ceremonial attire, the figure exudes an aura of power and authority, as if frozen in eternal reverence. Draven's keen instincts tell him that this statue holds great significance to the history and culture of Velos. Intrigued by a nearby broken weapon, Draven's gloved hand reaches out to pick it up. As his fingers wrap around the handle, a surge of memories flood his mind, reminding him of his trigger. The weapon he holds bears a striking resemblance to the blade once wielded by his trusted mentor. The very same mentor who had betrayed him, shattering the trust and honor that Draven had held dear. The weapon's familiar design, marked with intricate engravings and the echoes of a forgotten era, brings back a wave of demotivation. It serves as a haunting reminder of the moment when Draven's path took an unexpected turn, leading him on the path of vengeance and redemption. The weight of past betrayals and lost ideals weighs heavily upon him, momentarily sapping his drive and determination. Draven takes a moment to reflect, his gaze shifting between the broken weapon and the timeless statue. In this convergence of ancient history and personal turmoil, he realizes the interconnectedness of his journey and the profound impact his actions hold not only on his own fate, but also of the fate of Velos itself. With a deep breath, Draven regains his focus, understanding that dwelling on past wounds and betrayals will not lead him closer to his target. He grips the broken weapon tightly and allowing its presence to fuel his determination once more. Draven's gaze lingers on the statue, its silent presence a reminder of the legacy he seeks to unravel and the truth he aims to uncover. Leaving the statue and broken weapons behind, Draven resumes his exploration of the wilderness, his resolve renewed. The echoes of his past, intertwined with the enigmatic statue, serve as a constant reminder of the complex web of secrets and consequences that await him on his quest to apprehend Myric's venom tail and reclaim his honor. With a little motivation lost, Draven is continuing on, hoping to find his next lead. It's time to become a little more notorious, if able, or at least build some favor with the locals here on Velos. Let's see where destination number 2 brings us to. Alright, let's see where we are. You arrive in a small outpost or enclave run by the challenging faction. Choose one. Search for anyone who might know your target, or speak with a local. It looks like we may have doubled back. Okay, so we double back. So we're going back to Zephyr to try and chat with the people once again. Maybe we'll find a better person, or maybe we'll search for someone and gain some favor instead. Let's do that instead of gaining motivation. Maybe we're still a little demotivated from the statue, and we will instead find anyone who might know the target to gain one favor. Okay, so we are searching for someone who might know our target. So let's go ahead and roll on the search table to see what happens. Oh, unfortunate here. Nobody sees your target, but you encounter a hostile, 1 star and 1 heart. How do you end up confronting or annoying someone here? Alright, let's figure out how we end up confronting or annoying someone here and then have to do the fight. As Draven traverses the bustling streets of the Zephyr district, his intentions to gather information about his target fills him with a sense of urgency. However, the chaotic nature of the district and its eclectic inhabitants pose a challenge to his mission. Draven's inquiries lead him to approach a group of locals conversing near a bustling marketplace, hoping they might possess some knowledge that could aid his search. Eager to elicit their cooperation, Draven inadvertently interrupts a heated discussion between 2 individuals. Oblivious to the tension simmering beneath the surface, his assertive approach and direct questioning about his target disrupt the delicate balance, drawing annoyed glances from both parties involved. The sudden intrusion and Draven's persistent inquiries annoy one of the individuals, a hot-tempered resident of the Zephyr district who prides themselves on their autonomy and independence. Unappreciative of an outsider's interference, the local confronts Draven with a fiery demeanor, challenging his right to probe into their affairs. Tempers flare, and their exchange quickly escalates into a verbal altercation. The confrontation attracts the attention of onlookers who gather around, their curiosity piqued by the unfolding dispute. The atmosphere becomes charged with tension as Draven's words and the locals' retorts clash, each refusing to back down. Though Draven's intention was to gather information, his unrelenting pursuit of answers unwittingly annoys and antagonizes the Zephyr district local. The clash of personalities and motives creates an impasse, leaving Draven empty-handed in his search for clues about his target's whereabouts. And this is where our combat begins. Since there's a choice between ranged and melee, I'm going to go ahead and use ranged because obviously my ranged silenced sniper rifle is going to be better. I get 4 stars on the first round and 3 stars thereafter. And then my outfit gives me 3 hearts on the first round of combat if I happen to fail, or 2 hearts after each round of combat. My hostile here has 1 star and 1 heart, so I will have to fight this hostile twice. And here come the dice. Okay, on first round of combat, I have the 4 with another 4, totaling 8, and my hostile local has a 2 plus 1 for a 3. So I succeed on the first round of combat and remove one of their hearts. So now we are down to 2 defense for me, down from 3, even though I technically lost my 1 because of my stealth camo and whatever items there are. And my hostile here only has 0 hearts now, so 1 more shot and I will be successful. Alright, and for the second round of combat, there's a 5 and a 1 here, and I end up with the 1, which gives me a 5, and they end up with a 6. So I'm going to go ahead and take that point of damage, which is going to reduce me from the 2 defenses to 1 defense, and they still have 0 defenses as well. So let's go ahead, without demotivating us a little bit, go for another round of combat here. And that's a 5 and a 3. So let's see what we have here. 5 for me, which with my plus 3 for my sniper rifle will be an 8, and 4 total for the local, the hostile local. So I end up succeeding in this combat. As tensions reached a boiling point between Draven and the irate local of the Zephyr district, the heated exchange escalated into a shootout. The hostile local, fueled by anger and wounded pride, lashed out with a flurry of shots, aiming to subdue Draven and assert their dominance. However, Draven's extensive training in stealth and combat granted him the upper hand. With his agile movements and honed reflexes, he deftly dodged the attacks, countering with his own swift and precise shots as well. Their clash unfolded in a mesmerizing display of skill and determination. Draven's scarf, trailing behind him, flowed with his every movement, enhancing his enigmatic presence. His shots landed with calculated precision, gradually wearing down the hostile locals' defenses. Despite their initial aggression, the local found themselves outmatched by Draven's superior combat prowess. As the altercation neared its climax, Draven recognized an opportunity to end the conflict without resulting to fatal force. With a swift and precise shot, he disarmed the local and incapacitated them, rendering them unable to continue the fight. Standing over their defeated opponent, Draven chooses compassion over vengeance, sparing their life and allowing them a chance to reflect on their actions. The defeated local lay on the ground, their anger subsiding as they gazed up at Draven with a mix of surprise and disbelief. Draven, maintaining his aloof demeanor, extended a hand to help them up, silently acknowledging their shared humanity and the futility of further violence. In that moment, a glimmering of understanding flickered between the 2 adversaries, bridging the gap created by their initial clash. As the local regained their footing, a newfound respect and appreciation for Draven's strength and mercy emerged, opening the possibility for a different path forward. The altercation served as a catalyst for a potential change in the perspective, leaving both Draven and the local with a profound moment of reflection amidst the chaotic backdrop of the Zephyr district. And with that, because we spare the life of this hostile, we end up gaining +1 favor. We are now up to 4 out of 6 favor. And with tensions calmed down, we will continue the search next week for Myric's Venomtail to see where they are on the planet of Velos. Thank you so much for joining us, Bounty Hunters, and we'll see you next time.